When I started my career, it was 2002. Camera phones were just emerging and texting wasn't commonplace yet. There was no YouTube, smartphones, or iTunes. I remember begging my bosses to let me set up a website for our small company. When I changed jobs in 2007, I was hired as a marketing director for a senior living management company. This posed quite the challenge as our target market was typically seniors ages 55 plus. Did this age group have email? Did they know anything about Facebook? When I joined the company, we were still printing and mailing out newsletters and utilizing print publications for advertising. After surveying our residents, we found out that around 90% of them did in fact have a computer or tablet, email, and were on Facebook. We then took a look at our digital marketing strategy, and by the time I left the company in 2015, we were utilizing SEO marketing, had each of our communities set up with a Facebook page, had a system in place where residents could RSVP to events online, and distributed our newsletter via email. Now in 2016, I find myself in public education, where schools are using technology and digital learning strategies to broaden student access to advanced coursework and deliver innovative curriculum and instruction to students. I don't view my past experiences as isolated, unrelated events. Rather, I view them as opportunities for learning. I was raised vastly different than my own children are being raised. If I wanted to know about something, I pulled out the encyclopedia instead of my smartphone. Technology has the power to transform how people learn. According to Bob Harrison, a former teacher, lecturer, and college principal who is now education advisor to Japanese electronics giant Toshiba, it is not the technology itself that is important. It is how it is used. Harrison states, "It is not about the technology, it is about new ways of thinking. The barriers are in our heads," Harrison says. Learning is not about content, it is about creation. Isn't that our job, to help kids learn how to do things? Our job is to prepare children for the world that exists. Applications such as Facebook, Skype, Twitter, and Instagram are revolutionizing the social experience in our schools. It is the responsibility of school districts to empower teachers in this new social environment and to harness the students' motivation for social growth in an effort to promote positive learning environments that culture ICT-based learning. I see these lessons daily as I visit the campuses. In May, I visited one of our primary schools to do research for a story I was writing. One of our first grade teachers virtually transported her classroom to the cold tundra of Antarctica during a study on penguins. The teacher is active on Twitter and connected with an Antarctic researcher. Utilizing Skype in the classroom, a program for educators to connect globally with other educators and guest speakers, the first grade teacher booked an appointment with the Antarctic researcher she found on Twitter. The students were able to ask questions and speak to the researcher about penguins via Skype. Utilizing technology and introducing multifaceted research methods at an early age helps to open the eyes of a blooming generation. By going on the virtual field trip, the information students took away from the experience was vastly different from a book or even the internet. The goal of any place of learning should be to cultivate an environment of growth among its students. Even though I do not have that classroom experience, I have gained valuable information and skills in technology leadership just by being around the amazing teachers and leaders in my district. In the future, I hope that by gaining the valuable knowledge that a master's in digital learning and leading will give me, I am able to help the educators in my district to use technology effectively. I hope to help teach educators how to make students active learners instead of passive recipients. After all, it is not the technology that makes a difference in the classroom, it's the teachers.